Hello, everyone. Welcome to my Mompreneur studio. I'm Anissa Crespo, and today I have the pleasure of interviewing Damaris Roper. She is the owner and co-founder of Focus Behavioral Services. She's a mother of two, a business owner, a life coach, and mentor. And I had the chance to talk with her a few times, and I was really excited that she agreed to come on here and tell her story because it's a powerful one, and I want everyone to hear it. So, without further ado, welcome, Damaris.
Hi, thank you so much for having me, and it's such an honor to be here.
Absolutely. So, tell us a little bit about who is Damaris and how you started your business, what prompted you to start your business, and just some of the things you've been through.
Yes, of course. My business is called Focus Behavioral Services. It is a community for autism, all the way from the age of 2 to 99. We serve all ages, and the reason why I started Focus Behavioral Services was because I was just kind of in a point where in my life where I wanted freedom. I wanted independence, and I was just in a relationship where it just didn't serve me. So it honestly, what the way that it came about was just trusting the process and doing the work, and then an opportunity presented itself. I said yes, and here we are. Um, I learned so much from that, and because of it, like I am now able to give back and help other women. But it didn't always come easy. I don't know, just to let you know a little bit of my backstory. I was a young mom. I had my son at 18 and my daughter at 21, and I was married. And it was very difficult. Just kind of lost myself, my self identity, and just taking care of the children. And my focus was how to be a great mom, how to be a great wife, and not how to be a great person. And so I just kind of locked myself into that. And it was just very stressful. Actually, I don't know, I'm sure you guys know this, but something that happened from that stress was the fact that I ended up developing Bell's palsy. And that led to my self-love journey. Bell's palsy was very difficult for me, just on top of me trying to take care of everybody, and just my relationship just getting kept getting worse. Now my face was paralyzed,
Yeah, I
and
totally understand that. I actually have a cousin who had dealt with Bell's palsy, and I know how traumatizing it can be. I know the struggles that she went through, and especially because it's your face, it's like your appearance and the first thing that you're presenting to people, and that causes stress in and of itself. And then the condition is also triggered by stress. So I know how hard it is. And, it's you're such a beautiful girl. It's so nice to see you smiling here today.
thank you. Yeah, and I feel like everything in our life definitely it is like a leap. Like it's something that it's a lesson, a new lesson that we need to learn. And if we're stuck in this thought of if there's something that we need to learn and we refuse to learn it, or we refuse to grow in that way that we need to, life is going to give you a curveball so that you can learn it. And I think that was kind of my awakening, because of the simple fact that I just I knew that I was being mistreated. I knew that that there was just something more for me, but I just wouldn't chase it because I was just comfortable. And so now with the Bell's palsy, it was like, okay, I need to do something. Now I really need to do something. So just kind of working through that. And yeah, from there, again, my relationship kept getting worse, and I said, I'm going back to school. Like I need some type of independence because me just being this wife, and like, there's nothing to show for. But you know what I realized? There were no resources. I didn't really have a community. I didn't have the support. Welfare was but so much, and so just really trying to find things to kind of help me get out of this stuck. And so that's kind of where I started looking for different jobs to see what. At the time I was a daycare worker. I was working a few jobs, and then when it came to college, it was I would get into college, and then my husband at the time would complain about me being a terrible wife. I would leave college, and then I would get back into college, and then so there was
So
that.
just a vicious little cycle of not
Oh
going
yes.
anywhere.
Oh yes. It, yeah, and it wasn't. So then I found this really good job in the behavioral health community, and just from there and that little bump in income, and there were women there as well. I said, and at the time, due to the Bells Palsy, I had a life coach, and so now I'm working on myself, right? The self develop those self help books, and all of that. So I said, let me start a group because now I want a community. So it was like a small group of 5 women, and we spoke about our goals, and we held each other accountable and the support. These are just all things that I felt I needed. And so that's what I was seeking. So just kind of taking those steps. And one of the ladies, because as you know, if you're taking action, the universe, it's like, oh, okay, so you're ready, so let me give this to you. It kind of does have your back. And
100%
so
it does.
yeah, and so one of the ladies there, she said, she's like, you work in this field, right? I would love to have my own company in that field. Can you help me? She's like, I'd hire you. And even though there was a piece of me that was like, no, I don't know what I'm doing. There's all of those
The
fears that are
self-doubt,
just,
yeah.
yes, I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy. What if I fail? What if they laugh? All of those thoughts. But then
Especially
there was
when you have a man that's not supportive of what you're trying to do, like it's real easy to start thinking that way.
100%, 100%. But then you have that little piece of you where it like, I feel like it comes from your heart, and it's like, it wants to quiet all of those barriers and say, no, you can do this. And so that is when I just looked at her and I said, yes, I can do that. And immediately as the word yes came out my mouth, I was like, oh my God, I have to get to work. I have to Google. I have to figure out how to start a business. I have to do all of these things. And but I just kept on. I kept focusing on the mission of it and why I'm doing it. And I kept, I had a picture of my kids beside my bed, and I said, I'm doing it for them. I'm doing it for inner peace. I'm doing it for freedom. And then I looked around my house because I remember right by my bedside, there was a day, especially when I got the Bell's palsy, where I was just crying. I mean, sobbing on the side of my bed, and I just said, "I hate my life." I was like, "God, there has to be something better than this." And I that's when I got up and I said, "You are gonna do this, no matter what it takes. How silly you think you're going to look, you're gonna do this." And I came across a book from Louise Hay, Mirror Work, and I looked in the mirror and I said, "You are enough. Damaris, I love you." And boy, was that so difficult that very first day. I literally just wanted to just scream and like cover the mirror. But I was like, okay, I'm gonna commit to this. I'm gonna do this. And so I did the work. I went on the computer. I just remembered that day, and I went and I learned. And next thing you know, a year later, she has this successful business. So I thought, you know what? If I could do that for her, I can do that for for myself. And actually, my business partner today, she actually came up to me and she said, Damaris, let's do this. Like she goes, we could do this, right? And I said, we could absolutely do this. And so I created a business. That's where Focused Behavioral Services was born, and doing amazing, helping the autism community in such an impactful way. But that actually caused my marriage. I mean, granted, it was already in such a tough spot, but that was my big eye opener that this needs to end. A new chapter awaits. This needs to end. And it was I think it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm working on credentialing with insurance companies. And he came downstairs and he said, "Goes, you're a terrible wife. It's 2 o'clock in the morning and you're not in bed. You need to be in bed." And I said, "This is bigger than us." I think if you just stay down here and help me, like we can really impact so many lives. And he said, what you need to do is put that stuff away and be a good wife. And so I said, you know what? Well, then there's the door. And we ended up getting divorced. And that was where my new life began. So I left that. And then I ended up selling my house. I grabbed my 2 children and my dog, and we moved into a different home. And when I tell you, just sitting in my bedroom, looking around, and I just remember telling myself, Damaris, you're safe. You're safe, you're free, and you're independent. And I even had to pinch myself. I was like, is this real? Just from where I came from, that young, alone, scared mom, to this powerful, confident, independent woman, and the journey that I had to take to get there. It's just been the one word I can think about is gratitude. Just so grateful. And then now being in touch with you, I'm just so grateful because now my community is building. So that's my
That,
story.
oh my God. So I'm just over here about to be in tears because I have chills. And this isn't even the first time I've heard your story. So just unbelievable. I mean, these are my takeaways. Okay. So you're in this relationship. You're married. That's a big commitment. You have children with this man, an even bigger commitment. And you're not being treated the way that you deserve to be treated. And you have goals and you have dreams and you have a vision, and you can see the big picture and you can see your future and you can see your children's future. And you're not going to let anybody stop you from that. I mean, how empowering is it to be able to pick yourself up, look yourself in the mirror when you're at your lowest, when you're dealing with this condition where, it almost, if nobody knows what Bell's palsy is, it almost looks like you had a stroke. Like
Yes.
it's debilitating. And to pick yourself up and say, you got this, you are going to do this, and let's go. And you did that. And that's just amazing. And I mean, so many women need to hear that. So here you are, just a ray of sunshine. You completely light up a room, even a virtual room. Like you walk into a virtual room or a real room, you light it up. Like it's amazing. Your energy, you're
Thank
vibrating
you.
on another level. Like, and you're just getting started. My other takeaway from what you said, you were in a community of women who supported one another. Okay. Anybody who doesn't know, I'm a founding member of the Women's Impact Network. It's a huge community of women who support one another. That's
Yes.
what we do, because when we come together, we are unstoppable. So many of us are out here trying to break each other down, jealous of one another, talking
Mhm.
all types of stuff about one another. No, like we don't need to be doing that. We need to be collaborating, not competing with each other. So you found this little group of women and you guys were just building each other up, and look at how far you got. I mean, it's unbelievable. So there are going to be a lot of women who hear this and they need to hear it, because there are so many women that don't have a voice, because they are stuck, they're stuck and
Yeah.
they don't think they have anywhere to go. They think there's no support out there. They might have been isolated for years because that's what happens in these types of relationships, right? Ladies, you have a voice. Damaris is your voice. If you need help,
Yeah.
please, I am very easy to find on social media. Reach out to me. Damaris has links that I'm going to be posting. She is easy to find on social media. We can help you. There are resources, and she's a business owner. She's independent. She's strong. She is empowered. And she is going on to do amazing things in this world. And she's grateful and she's going to help other women. That is so important.
Yeah.
So before we leave here, is there anything else that you want to share?
Yes, just to stay tuned, 2025, I am coming out with a book and it's going to explain a little bit more in detail of what we discussed today and steps for how you can get into that place of confidence and alignment and discovering your purpose.
I love it. I cannot wait to read this book. I'm so excited. So make sure you click the links down below. Follow Damaris so that you can pre-order her book when it's coming out. And she's got a lot of great stuff going on. There's more to come. All right. Thank you so much for being on here. We really appreciate you.
Thank you so much for having me. This has been so much fun.